Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the Millennial Family. My name is Jasmine and you're here watching another DIY video.
You got that something that can't be seen. You got that one thing that's hard to come by.
Alright guys, so for today's video I will be showing you guys a couple of DIY wall decor projects. Okay, so hold on. Before we get started, let's just talk about how something possessed me to put a G in project on the last video. Y'all, I know how to spell, I promise. I don't know what I was thinking or what I was even doing, and then I did it twice because I like copied and pasted it or whatever and just changed the letter. You know, we all make mistakes in life, so please don't think I'm a freaking idiot. But yeah, so anyways, I just had to say that because when my friend brought it to me, I was literally dead on the floor cracking up at myself like, girl, come on, simple mistakes like that. Anyways, so I don't want to talk too much. I will be showing you guys 5 different wall decor projects. I'm gonna get straight to the point, so before we get started, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to our channel and let's get into these projects.
Cause I'm the only one who can see. I don't need your dreamy eyes, no. I don't need your pretty smile,
We are going to be creating this beautiful little macrame fringed wall decor piece. For this entire project I used macrame multiple times. I will link below which macrame cord I used from Amazon. The Amazon macrame cord was $17 and there's plenty, so you will not run out. So to achieve this project I am going to need a placemat. I purchased my placemat from Target. It was $5.99, and I'm also going to need a crochet needle as well as scissors and a glue gun. This is definitely a bit of a lengthy project, just because the time consuming of how long little details take. So I actually got the wrong macrame cord in the beginning. I bought just the white macrame cord from Michael's, and this macrame cord is not the easiest to unravel. It's very tiny and it takes literally 15 years to unravel the string. So I ended up purchasing the right macrame cord for later projects in this video, but for this one specifically I used the Michael's macrame cord. And so what I'm doing here is I am just going ahead and pre-cutting my pieces, and I just, cut them to your discretion how long you want the fringes to be on your placemat. Alright, so now to pull the little strings that you have pre-cut and pull them through your placemat. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that crochet needle and you're going to poke it through wherever you want the string to be. You're going to wrap the string around so that you can pull the string through as a loop. And then what you'll do is take the remaining string on the other end and tie it through the loop, just pulling it tight to the placemat. As you can see here, that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to slow it down for you right here. So now the fun part, and the part that took me literally 3 days to complete. We have all of our macrame cord on the placemat. This is cool. It's, you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but to each his own. I personally don't think that I would want that hanging on my wall. So what we're gonna do is add a little fringe, a little boho to the living room, and that is going to be created when we undo all the strings individually. Again, this took me a very long time, so just the time needed for this project. But if you get the right macrame cord, it really won't take you as long as it took me. But I'm telling you, that tiny macrame from Michael's, no, don't do it. Finally, so like literally 3 days later, you can finally see here that I have all the macrame cord pulled out and it just looks beautiful. It's nice and fringy. It adds just like a little boho style. The living room, my ideal picture for the living room was like a boho chic kind of, and I kind of actually threw in a little bit of like industrial kind of feel to it. It's really coming together nicely. So anyways, so to hang your placemat, your macrame little placemat on the wall, you could just bang a needle through it if you wanted to, but what I did was just take one of those small little macrame pieces of string, I tied a loop and super glued it to the back of the placemat. That way when I hung it up, it just simply, you know, hangs with no problem. I did struggle a little bit with this one because of all the macrame and the tightening. It did kept wanting to bend when I put it on the wall, and I didn't necessarily like it like that. So you'll just have to adjust it however it is that you would like it to be hanging on your wall. And that's the end of the project, guys.
When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah.
Getting into project number 2. So this is another placemat. I bought this at Target as well, $5.99. It's just a different style. I figured I didn't want to just have one on the wall. I wanted them to be sitting together, and I know I keep looking over there because they're right there and I'm just looking at them. They look so cute. I wanted to provide the same feeling but with more of a pattern. So with that, I'm going to go in with the same macrame cord that I got from Michael's, but this time in black. At first, I did not pre-cut the string. I was like working with a super long piece of string and I really played myself. So what I would advise is just cutting the string as you go. Cut a good lengthy piece, one that's really long but not so long where you're just sitting there for hours trying to pull it through the placemat. With this, you can create any design that you want, but the design that kind of just like I just started naturally doing was the one you see here, or that you just seen in the little clip of this placemat. So I'm gonna start out by, all right, so this macrame piece does take a lot of hot glue gunning, okay? Because here's the thing, so, and you're gonna see later in a moment when I show you the detail of how I drew the string, but I cut when I'm done with a specific section, because if you try to do this and just with one piece of string and keep going around the whole entire thing, your design will not stay tight. And I would notice that because I tried to do it, I was like, oh, well, all this glue gunning, I'd rather save myself the time. But in reality, when I tried to just continue the pattern all the way through, my little X's weren't centered, you know, the parts with the thick rope, you know, had spaces. So do it however you would like to do it, but for this design that I'm doing, I did cut the string once I was done at a certain point, hot glue gun it, and then hot glue gun a new piece of string to start the next piece. On this specific placemat, there were little holes in between each of the circles, and everywhere that the ring and the circle met, that's where I put my X. So I actually started out with an X by hot gluing the string on the back of the placemat. I looped it over across diagonally to create that first line of the X, and then I came from the back of the bottom and then brought the string up from the bottom to the top diagonally, and that created my X. Sorry if that didn't make sense. I'm gonna try to slow it down as much as I can in the video. From here, there's no need to cut your string and hot glue. The X will stay. Go ahead and start wrapping it all the way around the section that has the space under it. So where there's no circle, the little space in between the ring and the little circles in the center, go ahead and loop it all the way through as tight as you can. Once you get all the way to the next break, which is where the ring and the circle meet again, we'll put another X. So before you put another X, we're gonna cut the string and hot glue what we've already done. Then you'll take another piece, hot glue it from the back, and start your X again, following the same process all the way through. For hanging purposes of this video, I went ahead and did the same exact loop method on the back, hot glued it, and then put a nail in the wall and simply hung it up. This project was super easy, super affordable. Only $5.99 for the placemat, and if you have all the other tools, like you already have macrame cord or anything like that, this is the easiest project. These things will literally sell in the store for no less than $30, maybe like $25, but you can create it for all of under $10.
Baby, don't go. When I get you back, oh yeah.
All right, moving on to project number 3, we are going to be creating this macrame mirror. So in this project, I had finally received my macrame cord. Not that it took a long time, I just, you know, whatever. I finally received my macrame cord, the thicker strand. So I'm gonna show you guys up close, but you can tell the difference between the macrame cords. So I finally have the right one I'm working with, which is actually perfect for this project because I'm going to be doing a lot of stringing on this one, you know, unraveling the macrame cord and letting it hang naturally. So I purchased this really cute kind of like crescent moon mirror from Target as well. It was 10 bucks. I kind of just seen it sitting on one of the end caps of the aisle. I immediately grabbed it because I immediately saw the vision for it. So let's get right into it. We're going to be using the same exact tools for this project that we did in the previous 2. All right, so on the highest bar, I guess, or the highest, you know, half circle, this is where I just simply wrap around the macrame cord. I tie a knot to start it. I wrap it all the way around so I get to the other end. I cut it, I tie a knot, and then what I also do is I take hot glue and I just glue the excess string because I didn't do like really secure knots. I didn't want to just cut all the way to the end of the knot, just so that I can prevent it from unraveling. So I went ahead and just hot glued the little knots at the end to ensure that it stayed. This part is the most easiest part of this tutorial. Starting with the 2 fringes that you've seen at the end. Measure the amount, how long I wanted it to be. And then I went on one side and I started looping them through, just simply tying a knot. All I did was attached it by tying a knot. And I kind of liked this messy look that it created once I put all of the strings on both ends and the knots were just had the fringes at the top. I thought it was really cute, especially after I went and I unraveled all of the bottom of the strings. So this entire project is going to be fully unraveled, so it's going to come out really, really pretty. But yeah, I just did about 7 on each end of looping them through, knotting them, and then unraveling them and letting them hang naturally. All right, so now that our sides are done, we're gonna move right on to the middle of the little mirror. So we're basically going to follow the same process, except I will be glue gunning every single piece to the center. I want it to be a more cohesive look rather than the fringes, how the sides are. So what I did was loop the top and just hold the top against the rest of the string and then hot glue the end piece to the string. Okay, so some of these I had to like twist a little bit and hot glue, twist a little bit, hot glue, and then you'll see later on I add a few more pieces to cohesively just make the top look a lot more even and just like as if it's draping over. So what I did was I just took more string, I draped it over, and all I did was take the end of the string and hot glue it to the other strings that were already applied onto the piece of art. So that way they could just fall over naturally rather than it looking like I've twisted and glued all the pieces. It kind of hid a little bit of the hard work behind the project. So the stuff that you can't see because it's hanging on a wall. All right, so once you unravel all the pieces, it's boom, it's pretty much done. Some of them I completely fringed every single string. Some of them I just left the natural pattern that it has when you unravel the first set of string. And yeah, that created this really nice, flowy, airy, boho little mirror wall piece thing. I absolutely love it. All right, moving right on to project number 4, which is probably the biggest project that we did so far, is this DIY. I wouldn't really call it DIY. I mean, you do it yourself, so it counts as DIY. But I got this peel and stick from Wayfair of this beautiful brick wall that you see actually behind me right now. Oh my god, best thing I could have done for the living room. All right, so getting right into it, I got 4 rolls of this peel and stick from Wayfair. I ended up using 3.5. The wall is 12 by 8. So yeah, that's like 96 square feet or whatever. So all we do, the biggest key about peel and stick is to just make sure, let gravity do its thing. Once you align the wallpaper to the top and where you want it to start, just peel as you go and whoever's at the bottom, do not pull on the wallpaper. The best thing to do is just to let it fall and then swish it out as you go about the paper. I would definitely recommend doing this project with a partner, someone that can help you, because it can get really frustrating and really tedious, especially if you've never had any experience hanging wallpaper before. This is the real easy, idiot-proof kind. I cut around the little light socket. Luckily, this wall only had one to worry about. And yeah, it created this beautiful little back wall piece thing that I'm like in love with. I can literally look at this back wall and just like stare at it all day. It really adds warmth to the room. It was a great touch in my opinion. And yeah, that's how we did this little faux wall thing. It works. Find you a wallpaper you like and put it on the back of your wall and make a statement, honey. Make a statement. Last but not least, we have project number 5. It's not really DIY, but I wanted to throw it into this video because I felt like it was a unique kind of cool thing to do, and just the way that I kind of put them on the wall. I don't know, maybe somebody else thought about this too and it's not original at all, but to me it was pretty cool. It was a cool idea. I saw them in Target, so I got these 3 cute little differently shaped mirrors in Target in the little $3, $5 section when you walk into the store. These mirrors themselves were $5. So the thing that I loved about them was that they absolutely matched the living room decor perfectly. They have the coral, the yellow, the blue, plus the wood of the mirror. So I was like, you know what? These would really set it off with the other piece that I already knew I was making. The macrame mirror or whatever. And so I was like, let me put them all on the same wall and kind of distribute them a little bit kind of sporadically or randomly on the wall. So that's exactly what I did. A really simple process. I just kind of played with it. There was no rhyme or reason to where I put the mirrors on the wall. I didn't want there to be an actual shape, so all I did was put a nail on the wall and hang it where I saw fit. So that is literally the completion of project number 5. Really simple, just a cool, fun way to use some mirrors as decor in your space or wherever you feel the need to put them. So that is the end of my little 5 project DIY wall decor. I definitely love everything that I created here in the room. I like having just personalized pieces. Not everything has to be, you know, purchased at the store. There are things that are, you know, that you can create. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching. If you're here and you made it all the way to the end, comment below hashtag living room makeover tour, and if I see you guys comment that, I'll know that you made it to the end of this video. Also, it means that you want to see our new living room tour, and I'm actually excited to share it. So If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Hashtag living room makeover tour. And yeah, we'll get right on into it once I'm finally done, because I still have a few things that I want to do in here. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, comment below, and share it with your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your children, whatever. Love you. See you next time.